Maddie Blake and treasure hunter Gypsy Jules are heading some 50 miles east of Salt Lake City, Utah, into the rugged terrain of the Uinta Mountains to meet Terry Carter and his team at the believed location of the lost Josephine Mine.
There they are.
Gypsy, how you
Terry,
doing?
It's great to see you.
Man,
again.
it's good
been
to
a
see you. It
while.
hasn't been. Maddie, it's good to finally see you.
Good to see you in person, my friend.
Yeah.
How are you?
All right, hey, I want you to meet some of these people.
All right.
In order to aid the team in their effort to safely navigate the mine,
We got John, the tech guy.
Rick and Marty Lagina have arranged for subsurface imaging expert John Matson to join today's search.
This is Quinn Pack. He's the mine coordinator. This is Tom Beardall. He's the guy that's seen the
Good to
door.
meet you.
Oh,
I knew it. I said to Gypsy
Yeah,
coming, I go,
good.
that's got to be Tom.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Now retired, Tom Beardall earned his living as a professional miner for more than 30 years, unearthing gold, silver, and other precious metals throughout Utah. In the early 1970s, he and his brothers, Timothy and Robert, worked on a crew at this very location. And on one fateful and suspenseful day, while navigating through the mine's treacherous tunnel system, they made a stunning discovery.
Talk to me about, how you got here. I know a little bit about the background, but how did you end up here?
Me and my two brothers went down through a little wormhole, and the only reason we kept going is we had a breeze.
Sure.
We could feel a breeze going through there. So we continued on through the wormhole and got into the first room, and we went down pretty steep 45, dropped, got into the second room, and we thought it was the end, but we could see a crack that dropped into the third room, and it was pretty steep going down, and with our flashlights we could see the door. And so we kept going. We went right down in front of the door, and I'd never seen such work in the wood. It was sealed.
You mean ornate work, or the fact that it was sealed?
It was solid. There was no leak or cracks or nothing in that.
I remember you telling me it looked like, though, that the calcite had been dripping down the walls, dripping down the doors,
Yeah.
and that was kind of hiding it, too, kind of camouflaging with the calcite over the years of covering that door up.
Whatever it was, they didn't want air getting in there. They wanted it sealed.
So I want to understand this, the airflow. You're following the airflow, then you find the door. Did you think that was the source of the
we
airflow?
found the airflow let us past the door,
So it was basically drifting right.
right in front of it.
Really?
And we just kept following that draft.
And Tom was a miner at the
Yeah,
time,
I
so
was.
he knew the dangers of bad gases.
Yeah,
He
I-
knew
Sure.
if he followed the good air, he would be okay.
Sure.
When traveling underground, experienced miners often use the direction of fresh air flowing in from the ground above to help guide them through unfamiliar tunnels and caverns. It is those airflows that help to dispel dangerous gases, such as methane and carbon monoxide, that naturally accumulate in mines, and also help to identify safe pathways for the miners as they navigate narrow passages and treacherous terrain.
So you make this unbelievable find of this door. What happens after that?
We had flashlights, and we was in there the whole day. But the lights were getting so dim you couldn't see, and then the air got stagnant in there. We felt like you wasn't getting enough air or something, but I think it was panicking because our light was gone. And so I prayed to God, if I could get out of there, I'd never come back. And once we got out alive, we was happy. We'll go on with life now, and we'll stay away from there, but that's the reason I've never been back.
Well, that's an incredible story. So, John, is there a more modern approach we can take to try to follow in his footsteps?
Yeah, I think thermal imaging down in that cave, so we can see where those airflows are coming from, so we can see the different temperatures, so we can trace where that air is coming from. So I think that'd be great to do in this.
So we could just still follow that airflow potentially.
Yes.
God willing, find the door, follow the airflow at least though, and maybe find its source.
Yeah, because if that airflow went past the door, we should find it. And the other nice thing too is wood will be a different temperature than the surrounding rock. So if we're using the thermal imaging,
Right.
that door should show up really well.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Wow.
great.
The forward-looking infrared device, or FLIR, can detect fluctuations in temperature as small as 70 thousandths of a degree. Its ability to display these differences as a visible readout will allow the team to follow the invisible airflow more precisely, technology that didn't exist when Tom and his brothers conducted their search more than 40 years ago.
You think that door's still down there waiting for us?
I haven't heard of anybody that's found that door. And Tom says the same thing. That's what we're here to find out. I don't know what's behind the door.
Well,
you know, that's another story. But to me, the way he describes that door, that's a historical find. Whatever, just finding that door, man, that's a treasure.
That's a mission that I really can get behind, is wanting to validate his story. And I know that Rick and Marty would love that too. Tom, thank you so much. Your story's incredible. And I know that I'm really motivated, and you are, to prove your story correct.
I'm gonna bow out and wish you guys the best of luck.
Well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I say let's get underground now.
Let's do it.